you. Once again, I'm Colonel James, Member of Parliament for Juman East constituency. If you are entering into Parliament, you'll see so many symbols on our gate, and those symbols signifies the recognition of those 18 traditional zones in the country. And now when you talk about those 18 traditional zones, now most of these zones became 2 or 3 districts. Now, for example, look at Madi. Madi comprises of Oyo, Jumani, and Obo. And those are 3 districts. At first it was a Madi district, and then it came to Moyo district, and now it is a 3 district of Jumani, Moyo, and Obo. But now, most importantly, if you look at what government is doing now, especially President Yoweri Museveni, when he's talking about development in our regions, in most time he refers to the 18 zones. That is why if you go to aspect of industrial hubs, you find him putting industrial hub in all the zones, the 18 zones. When he was traversing the country to go and talk to our people about livelihood, he was traversing zone by zone. He went to all the zones in Madi, in Arua, in Gulu, Acholi, and all those zones. So it means the government has, or the president has insight of what happened in those independent years. And we expect, even in terms of development, all our development agendas should channel along the 18 zones, not issues to do with the regional zone or region or sub-regions. Because now if you talk about sub-regions, you're going to leave other zones out. For example, Western Island as a sub-region has Madi zone, it has a Greater Arua zone, it has a Greater Luru zone, which is Nebi, Pakwach, and Izombo. But now if you look about the traditional zones, it's going to do something better. One time we asked President about these issues. Why is the Madi zone left out? Why don't we be a region of our own? Look at a region like Isebe, which has its own emblem. Western Nile has Madi sub-region, which has its own emblem, and Western Nile also have its own. So when he asked him about this question here, President was very clear. He said Madi is supposed to be a zone of its own, but now that is stories for another day. It means there is something behind that. So on the issues of regional balance, even if we are appointing ministers, we expect that the President must look at these zones, because this is the area where we are going to have effective representation. And if I'm aware that these zones, the 18 zones, are based on traditional cultures, like a zone which has a particular area where people speak the same language, like Madi. Go to Sebe, go to Acholi, that is Acholi as a language. Go to Madi, Madi is a language. Go to Sebe, they have their own language. So there we shall be able to capture regional issues better. So to me this is very important. If this is taken care of in terms of development, in terms of resource distribution, we're going to do a lot.
Honorable, any updates from Adjumani?
Thank you so much. In regards to Adjumani district, we want to thank government so much. There are so many government programs going on. Of recent, we have now on SAP 4, which is in terms of PDM. So we want to thank His Excellency so much, because he told us by next financial year, leave along 2027, 28, 28. But from 2028 to 2029, government is going to increase the money for PDM from 100 million per parish to 200 million per parish, because we expect within 5 years, each household has to get money, PDM money. So money is going to be enough. But we only urge our people to put effort in terms of utilizing this money. They need to do an effective utilization of this money. In 5 years, we will be moved away from that. As far as Adjumani is concerned, there are issues to do with the refugees activities. There are a lot of refugees in our area, but now what we need from government is we need food for our refugees. There are so many refugees in our area, but the number is not equivalent to what they are getting. There are issues to do environmental degradation, because our people need firewood, our people need water, but we need more services to be extended to them, because what affects refugees also affects the nation.
Honorable, have you raised this issue to Parliament, to the Speaker of Parliament, about the scarce resources extended to refugees in your constituency or in your district as a whole?
This is the second time I'm in the parliament, and all along in the 11th parliament we have been raising this issue, even at the committee level, because I sit in the committee of presidential and where OPM sits actually. And when we interact with the OPM members and of other refugee-related ministries, they are able to tell us, yes, we can do more, but the issue is the resource envelope. We are not receiving Macedonia funding for the refugees. That's why this money drops. But now if you go to the settlement, you find an individual is given 10,000 shillings to feed him or her for a month. And for a human being to feed on this for a month, I don't think it is possible. But now we need the government to engage with the other humanitarian workers to see that resources is increased so that these people can also survive better. Because we can't be seeing them suffer. And at the end of the day, they also go to the host communities, you find they steal their goods, their food items in the gardens, and it brings conflict among themselves. So for us to avoid this, we need the government to take action. Let's do a very clear roadmap. We see exactly what is happening, then we address it once and for all. You know, Parliament works best when committees are in place.
Exactly.
And it is actually the committee which does a lot of work in Parliament, because Parliament, when Parliament sits, they will need a report from committee, they will need a bill, they will want so many things. So basically, I did applied for a committee of agriculture as a vice chairperson if given the opportunity. I think I will serve there better because that's where my qualification is. But even in other committees, I told you the last 5 years I've been in Presidential Affairs Committee. And exactly that is where issues to do with the refugees. And now where Germany is the second in terms of refugee hosting after Yumbe. So meaning where I sit, I must have interest. Because if I want to talk about refugee issues, OPM is there where I sit. But now even in agriculture, my constituency is one of the rural constituencies, which largely depends on agriculture. And basing myself along this line will make me actually even help my people better.
Honorable, recently government
Yes. And this is what we needed yesterday. You see the weather pattern has changed. The rainfall reliability, as far as the intensity is concerned, you may find there are so many issues. Now if you go to Western Nile, I'm happy as I speak now, as of yesterday, it rained almost the whole country. My small village there received the rain when I called, and when they called me at the same time, it was a small drizzle in Kampala. So meaning at least the entire country is at the verge of receiving rain. But imagine after 2 months, it has been almost now 2 months that we are not receiving rain. Now this tells you what we need. Now when we are talking about irrigation, first see what was happening, what is happening now. Does it need us to go for irrigation or we wait for the rain? This time in Uganda alone, rain-fed agriculture cannot work. If you are waiting for the rain, you cannot harvest anything. Even our own animal needs rain. The irrigation we are talking about is going to help both farmers for crops and even for animals. Because now when you are able to get much water, this cannot only go to crop alone. The portion of it can go for animals. So not only few farmers, we are getting like in Ajumano, we are receiving only 3 people are going to benefit out of this loan we passed. But we will expect this to go to every household. And we will also request the government in the near future, once we see this work very well, we need to now embark much on it. We need to get more money, even if it means getting more loan to service so many farmers. We have to go for it because that's the only way to go. Now, which other benefit will you expect from my people of Azumane if you don't help us in the line of agriculture and so forth, in charge of works? And we are very happy. We want to thank him so much for giving us this opportunity. This is somebody from Azumane, and I am aware that General Moses Seali has been in the government for quite long, and including even General Amin's regime up to when President Seven came in. All along he has been a minister, not even a minister alone, but a cabinet minister. And now that is exiting, by appointing the son, it means there is a sign that he is exiting. So we want the government to take good care of that. And even we thought government was going to give the son a cabinet position because General Moses Ali was the second deputy prime minister. Now we'll expect General Moses to say, okay, let the son now be a cabinet minister somewhere else, and he takes over because President Museveni knows.
But you also have someone from Nebi.
Yes.
Nebi is part of West Nile.
Yes.
You have honorable. You have some honorable minister, former minister of energy, minister of state for energy.
We have Minister of State for Energy in charge of minerals.
Yes.
Honorable Fiona Nyamtoro.
Yeah, Nyamtoro. Yeah, he's coming from West Nile.
He's from West
I
Nile.
think
Yes.
the people of West Nile should be very happy.
We are happy.
By the way, have you as a region, have you benefited from Moses Ali's stay in cabinet?
We benefited so much. There are so many things, and Moses Ali speaks directly to the president. Most of you are aware. We know we are young. You and me, we are young. We don't know where they have started from. But when you speak to Moses Ali, you say we have started very far from where we know, but not you people. And Mzee, when he was in Ajuman during this campaign, when Moses Ali was seated, he was able to even go and give him a flag. It means these are people who know themselves. So issues between Moses Ali and the president, that is not for us. They know themselves.
Okay.
But now we won't tell him. He has appointed the son. We wish him well.
You have two ministers from the region.
Actually, we have more than 2 ministers. We have about 6.
Okay.
We have 2 from Yumbe, 1 from Madisa, 2 from Madisa region, and there is the one in Nebi. I think there are about 4 or 5. Yes.
So that means that you are with the issues of representation in cabinet. West Nile is fully represented.
All what we are crying for is all these are state ministers. Out of those, we will expect at least 1 or 2 to be a cabinet minister.
Okay.
Because a cabinet minister is in charge. A state minister is a deputy to the cabinet minister. So it means West Nile does not have a full office. But they have part of the office which, yes, they can also have a say about it in those ministries. But we believe in the future all those can be addressed.
What about in the other government position?
None of our sons from West Nile is a permanent secretary, is a commissioner, those are the bigger positions, either under secretary and so forth. And that is what we have been requesting from the president. But we know after election, after when ministers are appointed, there are a situation where president may also appoint permanent secretaries, the under secretaries and so forth. We believe the opportunities are yet to come. But if there are those situations, we also request that let our people be looked into. We have so many people who qualified to be in those positions. So all our prayer is that the president consider that. But we are aware, you know President Museveni. At least if you talk to the president, he knows all the regions. He knows who is who in all those regions. There is nothing in Uganda I don't